So I'm just checking the steering here, and each time I move the steering, you can hear this knock, knock, knock. This knock, knock, knock. So let's just lift it up, and I don't want it on the lift because I want some pressure in the suspension, so I won't do it on the lift. I'll just use a regular floor jack and just lift up one wheel at a time. So this is the old-fashioned jack. I'll just put a jack stand underneath it for safety. This is the old-fashioned jack stand. Just going to put it under for safety. Okay, so just want to just make sure car nice and firm. I'm just checking the ball joint there. Pretty good. Yeah, it's don't gonna play. So I can feel the inner tie rod of a little issue there. But that's not really the noise I'm looking for, even though that's a problem. There was slight little something there, but that's not the noise I'm looking for. So even though I see a few little things that worn, like the inner tie rod, but I still haven't seen anything that would cause that, you know, that knocking, that noise that make the customer afraid. So I'm going to move to the next side of the vehicle and repeat the same process. Just make sure this is correct. Sun feel nice. Putting another safety stand on the other side. Okay, it feels good, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the wheel off. Over here, the same issue with the dust cap broken, but this wouldn't cause the noise. I think Whoa. And look what we got here. This is real dangerous. See, one bolt is missing from here. Supposed to have a bolt just like that, and there's none here. So this is the noise the customer hearing. So the first thing I'm checking, if the bolt is broken, and you can see the bolt is not broken inside. And you see this shyness here? This means the caliper been loose for a while. So it appear that somebody put in brake pads. These pads are fairly new. You can see they're very thick. They're very thick. See, they're very thick. So these pads are fairly new. So it appears someone put brake pads in the brake, but the caliper wasn't tightened up back properly. And in some of this case, it's even more than tightened. Sometimes you have to use tread locks. It's a material that it's soft, a liquid that you put on the bolt, and after that liquid gets hard and it lock the bolt, make the bolt can't turn by itself. So some installation wasn't done correct here, and this is what making the noise. And this eventually would have broken the other bolt. Then this person would end up with no brake, or they're driving and the wheel just jammed up. So it's a good thing the customer bring the car in to get this noise checked. And it's a good thing she was persistent by going to other garages trying to find what making that noise. So I'm happy we avoid a tragedy with this type of situation. I'm sure we're going to fix it and make you feel more comfortable driving. So I'm just going to stick this bolt here in here, and it's not the correct bolt, but just to help from stopping the caliper from going over. And I want to take out the original bolt. So that I can at least get the correct length and the correct tread pattern. So this is the original bolt. And here I have another bolt. It's basically just a touch taller, but one thing it don't have is this section that actually go into the caliper here, that length there. But nevertheless, we'll try to see if we find one exact like this. So here is the bolt, and I'm going to use some tread lock on it. And what happened, this tread lock, this bolt, it don't have a lock washer, and it don't have any locking in the tread. So without the tread lock, this bolt, no matter how much you tighten it up, is a possibility it will become loose by itself. So I'm going to use some tread lock here. I already cleaned the threading. And this going to get very hard once I tighten it up and a little time go by. And this going to prevent the bolt from becoming loose. And this what the other technician didn't do. That's why the bolt falls out. Doing the same thing here again with the bolt, and this is the replacement bolt we find here. We want to just close up the ball, we don't want the thread lock to get hard. So we're making sure, I'm going to even add a little leverage to it. I'm making sure this bolt is tightened and the same thing don't reoccur. Okay. Here you can see the difference now. The caliper is nice and firm, so you won't get all that noise coming from the wheel again. Plus, you know, we avoid a serious problem here. Now I can put the wheel back on. Getting this wheel back on. Okay, so now I'm putting on this wheel over on this side. And with the gun, you gotta, you know, take great care when tightening the wheel, because, you know, the customer don't have this in their home, and if for whatever reason there's a punch and need to take the wheel off, it can be very difficult to get the wheel off after tightening it with an impact gun. So we try our best not to over tighten the wheel. Okay, so just reversing what we've done already. We want to make sure we get it on the correct jacking point. And this is my exercise. I normally just switch ends, try to work the two muscles equally. So that's just a little tip there, getting a little routine done. in the regular work. This is a critical area here. Sometimes the car can actually fall off the track. So you try not to get it go down too fast. Now we find the problem that was making that noise. I'm going to bring it on a test drive. Still have some other issues. A few ends need to change, but those ends is not the main problem that it come in for. So at least we'll rectify the main problem and then we'll let the customer know the additional stuff that need to be changed.